Hello cuties, welcome back, and if you are new here, then hi, I'm Shavion, an emotional girly trying to navigate a numb world. But yeah, we're just gonna dive right in. Everyone seems to always have the same issues with getting and keeping romantic partners, but I have the opposite problem. For some reason, I seem to attract friends who see opportunity in me instead of community. But of course, I try to fight it by saying, hey, I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna be the friend they'll never forget. And with this mindset, I always fall into the trap of being a free therapist or something that gets them away from the life they can't seem to stop complaining about, even if just for a second. Now, I already have best friend trauma, big and small. On the small end, I once had this best friend whom, mind you, I would hook up with because I was trying to undo my whole internalized homophobia thing. She was great. I loved the friendship. We would cry in bathrooms together over boys so often that our PE teacher tried to ban us from the bathroom. I used to love being the only person who knew why she was crying. Like, I really got into the role of a Secret Service agent telling everybody, like, no, she doesn't want to talk right now. Anyways, eventually, me and her started dating these two guys who were also besties, and they decided to prank her by testing her loyalty. So the next day I get to school and my boyfriend is like, okay, don't be mad at me, but my boy wanted me to pretend flirt with Alicia and she folded expeditiously. Of course, I'm instantly mad, so I'm letting him have it. And then I see her walking towards us in the hallway. Like, y'all, I immediately get tunnel vision and I'm just like, what's going on? When I tell y'all, this girl sees me, see her, and walks right past me to beg her boyfriend to stay. I swear, y'all, it was like a scene out of a movie. Like, she did the slow-mo walk right past me, and I was kind of just frozen in confusion. So my boyfriend at the time pulled me into the library and said, hey, she's not your friend. We literally never really spoke after that, and she didn't apologize until 8 years later when she realized she never came to talk to me as a friend about the situation. And there's way more where that came from. But yeah, the word bestie has become something that's not only sacred to me, but also kind of touchy. So it always sucks when a platonic love bomber comes into my life and throws it around like a word that's lost its meaning.
Hey, blue trash, I'll give you one chance to fix my friend or I'll kick your pants. La 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 la. La 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 la. Stop! I have migraines!
I feel like when you're in high school, this behavior can be excused a bit. Everything is exciting when you're young, so jumping into the quote-unquote deep end early on makes sense. But when you get older and start to see things for what they really are, you suddenly get hit with the instinct to stand up, which is where you'll realize there was never much depth here to begin with. So the reason why I'm even making this video is because I had to release a friend a while back who once said to me, my life would not be where it is today without you. And I've been thinking recently, and I'm just kind of like, they're right. Like, literally within our first link, they told me that they needed a job. And so I was like, okay, I got you. You know, in a time where the job market literally sucks, I saw an opportunity and was like, okay, let me share the wealth. And I did. And, you know, of course, you don't get a job. You don't start a career very quickly. You know, it was like a whole 2-month process. And within that 2-month process, you know, this person started calling me their bestie. No one understands me the way that you do. I don't really have friends. That should have been my red flag. But anyways, about 2 weeks after she started in the position, in our age where we, like, literally no one thinks that they'll be able to buy a house. Like, that's just the stigma. Like, none of us feel like we will ever be able to have the means to buy the house. So the fact that within 2 weeks of her working in this job, she was able to go and buy her first home, like, that is such a big deal. I was so freaking happy for her. But it was like right after that, I slowly transitioned from being the best friend to the work friend. I knew it was gonna happen, and I actually vocalized that to them, and they like try to reassure me. But of course, their words never really started to align with their actions. Like, you really have to be careful with these platonic love bombers, because you really think that love bombing only happens in romantic relationships, but it also happens in platonic situations as well, because people either see value in you, they find comfort in you, so they start to come with you with all their problems, and they're complaining about their life to you every single day. And what I'm saying, they're like, I see you as a best friend, I see you as someone who understands me more than all the other people in my life. And it's like, you really do show up for them in a way that a best friend would, but when it's time for them to be a best friend, they are nowhere to be found. They can't give you that same amount of quality that you are so freely giving out to them, because maybe you don't actually have any friends. Like, they're saying that they don't have any friends, but really they just don't want to put effort into the relationship that they already have. But you actually don't have any friends. So like, you are happy to put effort into somebody. And unfortunately, I'm just realizing that's probably one of my biggest weaknesses. Sue me for thinking that love can be more than transactions nowadays.
My first girlfriend turned into the moon. That's rough, buddy.
I just want to bring up that point from my floater friend video where I was talking about that repost that SZA made, where she was saying that she's starting to get better at noticing when people see opportunity in her and when people see community in her. And after reflecting, I'm personally starting to notice that some people will be interested in what you have, and some people will be interested in your story. And it is such a huge difference, because those people who are interested in what you have will grow envious, will grow jealous, because they want those things and they want you to teach them how to get it. But when someone is interested in your story, that brings understanding, that brings curiosity, that brings love and true connection with the other person, because you're actually trying to get to know me and understand what has made me me, and get inspired by that, so that you can go and fulfill every goal with the support of my strength by your side. You really have to be aware of the dynamics in your relationships. Like, when you ask them questions and y'all are having conversations, do they follow up with questions for you? And are those questions centered in themselves, or is it centered in the relationship that y'all are now sharing? You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, they ask questions because they're trying to get validation on whatever is going on in their head, whatever they're like zoning out, thinking about in their head. They're not even present in the conversation with you. And I don't know, I really think that that is important for me to begin to really pay attention to when I'm meeting people, because I have found myself really allowing other people to just talk. I genuinely didn't even know it was a skill to be able to ask questions, but the fact that I converse with so many people where it's just so one-sided because they don't ask me any questions about myself. Like, I've gotten so used to like YouTube and my girlfriend being really the only places where I really talk about myself. And like, I don't know, that's weird, because how are people ever really gonna know me if they aren't even inquiring into me? It hasn't always been this way in my friendships, but I would say like recently, as I've been trying to like make friends in my adulthood, it has been that way. And it's just crazy. Like, within this whole like topic of people like coming in and love bombing you, you kind of got to realize that people will love bomb you to hide their true intentions. And we really got to be careful with destiny swappers. Like, that's really a real thing. Like, people who try to destiny swap. And if you don't know about that, I can talk about it in a different video, or you can research it yourself. Be careful out here, y'all. Strengthen your intuition and work on your discernment.
What are you having, Steven?
Large pizza, please. Extra fishy.
You must be hungry.
I'm ordering for 2.
Steven's pregnant?
Once you start accepting the truth of who you are, it'll be harder to accept things that don't align with the authentic embodiment of you. Even the Bible stresses the importance of knowing thyself before stewarding your God-given gifts. Before I could gather the strength to voice my needs, I first had to go within myself and find that strength and learn its origin. margins. Something that I like to do with myself, like at least once or twice a year, is make a list of my needs. And I like to get more specific about like what areas of my life are my needs shifting, like whether that be in romantic relationships, my platonic friendships, my work environment, my home environment. Like I love to go out and list all of those needs so that when I'm out in the real world and I meet somebody who I know cannot meet those needs, I can, just go the other way. But yeah, I think it's really important to validate your needs because that's you being a friend to you before going out and trying to be everyone's friend and attract people just for the sake of attracting people and have people in your life just for the sake of being able to say, oh, hey, I do have friends. But when it boils down to it, you actually feel extremely alone. And so you avoid all of that by making your needs known up front and communicating those needs. And the only way you can know that is if you stop suppressing them. You actually validate the things that you are feeling inside of you, and you stop looking to social media for validation on how you should be with your friends and how you should be in general. Like something that's the norm that I personally do not agree with is people treating romantic relationships as if they're more important than platonic relationships. Like I feel like they have equal importance. Like, why is there a limit to how much love you can give somebody? Like, to me, my love is limitless. Like, I don't know, it doesn't have to be this hierarchy of love. And if you aren't my romantic partner, then that means I don't really need to pour into you. I don't need to give this thought and effort. That is insane to me. Like, if anything, I feel like a platonic relationship is probably even more special than that romantic relationship. But again, I really don't like the whole hierarchy thing. Like, I feel like it's all important in their own way. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of people don't think that way. So I've really had to teach myself to not get frustrated when someone treats me the way that they treat everybody else.
Looks like I've taken Ragatha and dropped her in the deep fryer.
So yeah, to all my peeps who have fallen victim to the platonic love bomber, I hope you know that your ability to be in community did not start or end with that person. There are still so many people dying to know you. But yeah, that is all I have for y'all today. If you're still here, then comment an orange emoji and a Santa emoji because it's about to be Christmas. Also, let me know if you related to anything that I spoke on today. If you enjoyed the video, then share it with someone you think may need to see it. You can also check the description if you'd like to support the channel or join our Discord or listen to the audio version of this. Keep hyping the videos. But yes, I love you, cutie, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.